Yo, it's your boy Luap coming back at it again with another video. In this video, I will recap and review Pokemon Journeys episode 131, the finals 3, the strongest, as well as give my predictions for episode 132, the finals 4, partner. If you guys enjoy episode reviews as well as recaps each and every week, then I highly suggest you hit the like button and subscribe, as it truly helps support the channel. But with all that being said, let's begin by recapping the events of episode 131. The episode begins with Dragonite vs Rillaboom, with Dragonite flying high to gain the aerial advantage. Rillaboom attacks with a drum beating, launching powerful vines towards Dragonite, but she tries to fight back using Hurricane. Rillaboom doesn't give in and strengthens his drum beating even more and eventually gets the best of Dragonite. Dragonite is slammed to the ground and suffering from the speed drop from drum beating, but she stands strong. Dragonite now goes for a signature move, Drag Kaiju Meteor, but a vine from drum beating manages to grab her tail. Dragonite is again slammed to the ground but fights back with Dragon Claw. Dragonite and Rillaboom have an amazing showdown between Dragon Claw and Acrobatics, but Rillaboom is the first one to land the hit, ultimately finishing off Dragonite. Surfetch is sent back to the field, ready to give its all. Ash wastes no time and calls for its strongest move, Meteor Assault, while Leon instructs Rillaboom to use high horsepower. Both attacks collide, but Meteor Assault wins the clash. As the referee nearly declares Rillaboom unable to battle, its muscles twitch and he stands up to fight. Surfetch recovers by riding on its shield as it evades the vines coming from drum beating. Finally, Surfetch goes for Fury Cutter, releasing its shield as Rillaboom attacks with the Acrobatics. Rillaboom tosses the shield back to Surfetch, ruining his balance, and then lands a super effective move. Surfetch tries to stand up but has no energy left to do so, so the referee quickly declares him unable to battle. With 2 Pokemon left, Ash sends out Dracovish and starts with a super effective Ice Fang. Drum beating tries to stop it, but Dracovish just smashes the vines. Now it's Dracovish's Dragon Dive versus Rillaboom's high horsepower. But with the help of Surfetch's Spirit motivating Dracovish's attack, the Dragon Fossil is able to defeat what arguably is Leon's second strongest Pokemon. And while this happens, we see Clemon and Bonnie watching the battle on TV, making them the 4th and 5th main traveling companions to be seen watching Ash vs Leon. Leon is now also brought down to his final 2 Pokemon as he sends out Cinderace. Next we get a big clash between Pyro Ball and Water Gun, which is funny that Ash is even using Water Gun in the strongest battle in the entire world, but that's a different story. Dracovish tries to attack with Fisher Strength, but Cinderace counters with Iron Head. And finally, Dracovish uses Dragon Rush, which Cinderace evades and finishes off Dracovish with one more high jump kick. With that, Ash is now brought down to his final Pokemon, just one, his trusty partner, Pikachu. But Leon decides to switch Cinderace out for his own trusty partner, Charizard. Ash and Leon both talk about their adventures thus far with their ace Pokemon, but without further ado, Leon puts Charizard back in its Pokeball and calls for Gigantamax. Pikachu starts a Thunderbolt, but Leon counters with Max Rockfall. Pikachu hops on top of the wall of rock before getting buffeted by the Sandstorm. Pikachu lands an Iron Tail right on the temple, but it seems to not have much of an effect on the Gigantamax Charizard. Charizard then follows up with Max Whirlwind, further weakening Pikachu. Ash now decides that it's time and then unleashes his ultimate weapon, 10 million Volt Thunderbolt. Charizard counters with its signature moves, GMAX Wildfire. It's literally the clash between the 2 strongest moves of the 2 strongest Pokemon in the world by the 2 strongest trainers in the world. These attacks create a giant hole in the sky, and back at the lab, Professor Magnolia notices that Eternatus is acting differently. She points out that the energy coming from the battle is causing Eternatus to go crazy. It launches a Dynamax cannon, breaking its glass shelter, and the legendary Pokemon escapes the lab. Back to Ash vs Leon, both Pikachu and Charizard take a lot of damage as Charizard de-Gigantamaxes. Everyone in the stadium was shocked to see the entire sky just suddenly turn black, and out of nowhere, Eternatus appears in the dark sky, ending the episode. The 3rd episode of this amazing final battle that we're calling the Finals of the Masters 8 was amazing to say the least. The episode's start to finish was pure action, having both sides and their Pokemon give it their all. On Leon's side, he started with Rillaboom across Ash's Dragonite, and both Pokemon fought well, trading attacks, but eventually Rillaboom got the win. This was fine as Dragonite put in a lot of work this battle, and she might be considered Ash's MVP of the battle thus far. This is fitting since it was the first Pokemon that he caught in Journeys. Surfetch, despite not getting a knockout, honestly performed very well too, but he got beat rather quickly by Rillaboom as well. After taking enough residual damage, Rillaboom was easily taken out by Dracovish's Ice Fang. Man, Rillaboom really proved to be Leon's second strongest Pokemon, and as a Grookey-san, that honestly makes me happy. Plus, I use Rillaboom a lot in VGC battles, so that helps a lot. Cinderace finally gets to come out again, and he makes quick work of Dracovish. Cinderace was pretty pissed last time he got withdrawn, so I'm glad he can let out that energy. However, afterwards he got quickly withdrawn again, and it's time for the battle of aces that we've been waiting for. It did not disappoint at all in my opinion, and we got to see both GMAX Charizard and Pikachu use a Z move. Pikachu fought really hard, and it was enough that it made Charizard go through his GMAX timer, and to my knowledge it was the first time that Leon's Charizard GMAX but didn't secure a knockout before going back to its normal state. I hate that Eternatus is coming out now because it really ruined the momentum of this battle. I'm hoping that it doesn't interrupt the climax of the battle and instead is just being a fan of the battle and watching from afar. I'll be giving this episode a 9 out of 10. The only thing that ruined this for me is the ending with Eternatus. The battle was great, filled with non-stop action as well as nice appearances from Ash's companions and friends. This battle actually featured 15 main characters. Can you name all of them in the comments below? It was also cool to see Bulbasaur get a speaking line after seeing Rillaboom's vines. Who needs a corn dog when you got a watchdog? Enough of my review for this episode, let's take a look at next week's episode and give our predictions. The trailer shows Eternatus using what looks like Dynamax cannon at the sky, destroying that black matter that enshrouds the area and bringing back the daylight. Soon after, Dynamax energy starts falling from the sky, and we see Charizard using Fire Blast and Pikachu using Electroweb. And that's basically it for the preview. I personally predict that Eternatus scene will set up only a short amount of time, where everyone will get scared of it, but all it wants to do is clear the sky and watch over the battle. After that, the battle of Pikachu vs Charizard will resume, ending in a double knockout. With Leon still having Cinderace at the back, he wins the battle and defends his title as the World Monarch and the strongest trainer in the world. But despite winning, this battle will definitely push him even further, knowing that his Charizard is now capable of getting defeated. As for Ash, this will show him that he still has a long way to go to become the strongest trainer in the world. Being in the Masters 8 is already a big thing to him, so he promises to train harder and defeat Leon the next time they battle. So yeah, that was my review for Pokemon Journeys episode 131, as well as my predictions for episode 132. If you guys enjoyed it, I highly urge you to hit the like button and subscribe. I make episode reviews every week just a few hours after the episode airs, so if you enjoy these reviews right after the episode, you know where to come. Today's count of the day is assuming that Rillaboom is Leon's second strongest Pokemon. Who would you put as his third strongest? I think it's close between Dragapult and Cinderace, but I will go with Dragapult. It might have got knocked out by Diantha with a Hyper Beam, but until the Masters 8 tournament, it was the only other Pokemon besides Charizard to be shown from Leon. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you, and as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.